Well, precipitation from our storm system came to an end late this morning into the early afternoon, but we've hung on to the clouds through the afternoon, and I think as we head through the evening, we're going to hang on to some of those clouds as well. Let's take a look at your 24. If you do have plans this evening, you're going to be just fine. Whether you're heading out for festivities or you're hitting the roads, weather's not going to be a factor for us. We're going to hang on to the clouds through probably the late evening hours, and then we will start to see some partial clearing begin to take place during the overnight. By the late evening, temperatures are falling into the upper 30s, and then overnight low is going to drop back into the lower and middle 30s. As we wake up Thanksgiving morning tomorrow, we're starting off with some clouds mixing with some sunshine, but we're going to see increasing sun as the day goes on. In fact, by noontime, skies look to become mostly sunny as temperatures make their way into the mid-40s. Northwesterly wind tomorrow at around 10 to 15 miles per hour, so there will be a little bit of a breeze out there, but temperatures could make a run at 50 tomorrow afternoon, and then once again hanging on to partly cloudy skies as we head on into tomorrow night. But taking a look at our Monarch Place Skycam, all quiet out there this evening. 43 degrees currently here in Springfield, 44 Holyoke, Northampton, Amherst 43, Greenfield 41. I don't expect to see these temperatures drop off dramatically over the next couple of hours because we do have those low clouds in place. So overall tonight, while it's going to be a chilly night, temperature is not going to be all that bad as we start off tomorrow morning with temperatures in the 30s. So mostly cloudy this evening and then some partial clearing overnight tonight. Thanksgiving Day looking just fine. Dry, pleasant, temperatures seasonable for this time of year. But then we're going to start to cool things down a bit as we head on into Friday and into the weekend. In fact, Saturday looks like the coolest day of the next several, with temperatures only going to be in the lower and middle 30s. But again, we're going to be dry, and we're actually going to see a decent amount of sunshine as we head on into the weekend as well. So overnight tonight, 32 to 37. The winds do get a bit lighter. We turn northwesterly at around 3 to 6 miles per hour, but then the breeze will pick back up as we head through the day tomorrow. So 32 to 37 for overnight lows. Satellite and radar, though, things are quiet out there. Not really doing a good job. The satellite is picking up on the low clouds, but we do still have those low clouds out there. There goes our storm system that brought the snow last evening, which went over to rain during the overnight as some milder air moved on in. Also brought some strong gusty winds to portions of eastern and southeastern Massachusetts as we went through the overnight and into the morning. But as far as the holiday weekend is looking, we're looking pretty good overall. In fact, looking dry for much of this weekend. Temperatures tomorrow near 50 on Thursday, 44 Friday. You notice we cool things down on Saturday. And then as we head on into Sunday, clouds are going to start to increase. Going to be watching a system approach as we head on into Sunday evening. Could bring a bit of a wintry mix. It's something we'll be keeping an eye on as we head through the next several days. But as that system departs, looks like we're going to dry things out for much of next week. That's checking your forecast. Have a great evening. Abby, Chris, to you.
All right, Tom, thanks. Fewer